The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individuals participating in the conversation and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast host or any affiliated organization. Listener discretion is advised.
The upcoming segment discuss content that is of adult nature. The views and opinions expressed are not that of the SABC and are that of participating contributors and listeners, and do not reflect that of the official policy or position of Metro FM.
Thank you so much, South Africa, wherever you are this morning, joining us on Ask a Man, the Naked DJ, Somizi, and of course Anonymous, wrapping up the radio year 2024 with her. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, my love?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you?
The fact that you chose to call in, you woke up this morning, we are good, ready to help you. Anonymous, before we start, I'm going to read you the house rules. Respect is the foundation of our conversation. Maintain respectful language. Refrain from any swearing or use of profanities. Our responsibility is to protect your identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy to protect the identity of the people or the person you'll be speaking about. Anonymous, do you agree?
I agree.
I'm holding your hand. Talk to us. What advice do you need?
Yeah, okay. I'm a married woman. I've been with my husband for 17 years. We dated for 9 years and we've been married for 8 years now. I dated the guy when I was in grade 11. From grade 11, actually. And 2 years later, we had a daughter together. So the guy has not been working all his entire life. And after high school, I studied. Unfortunately, just after my studies, I got employed. And the relationship was ongoing. It was a perfect one. And then it happened 2015. No, sorry, it happened 2011. 2011, we separated because I was not loving. I throughout the 3 years I've had a child with him, I was not loving the person that I'm seeing, because in terms of dreams and ambitions and goals, we were not on the same page. So we separated. It was in 2011. And during our separation, he was living with somebody else. Like they moved in together and they were like a family altogether. During that period, he was not supporting the child. He was not doing anything. Like the fight between us was just so bad. Like we had no communication, no relationship, no nothing. It was just quiet. Yeah. In 2015, I got another job, which is the one for something that I studied for this time. So I moved from our hometown and I was deployed to another town. So I left in 2015, later 2015, yeah, the guy came back and now he wanted to fix everything with me, wanted to live with his baby mama and do things right. So because I hadn't been dating all those years, I listened to everything that he had to say and I forgave him and we got back together. That was in 2015 after 4 years of separation. And then from 2015, when I got back with the guy, because my life was going so well, everything was going so fine, career-wise, everything was fine. I feel like getting back together with him in 2015, that's where I lost myself. So he got back into my life. We went on the relationship was good, but there was still the issue that I separated with him before. The issue was still there. So we dated, and in 2016, he paid lobola. And 2016 he paid lobola, 2017 he finished, and we had a second-born child. So he was hustling at that time. He had his side hustles, and he was putting a little bit of money in. And then 2018, from 2018 up to date, I've been struggling with the family alone. There's been a lot of fights about our financial issues. There's been a lot of fights about infidelity. There's been a lot of fights. There's a lot, but I'll mention a few that got me to where I am today. So the first one that really got me to a decision of leaving my home, because we've been separated now I left last year. I left my home last year, October. So the first one was the incident whereby I got pregnant again in 2018. No, I'm lying. In 2019. In 2019, and we both did not want the pregnancy. So we had decided that no, we're not going to keep the child. But my spirit was not allowing me to abort the child, so I couldn't go through with it, and I decided to keep the child. So he was not happy with my decision, and he felt like because it's a decision I made on my own, then I will see to it what I do with the pregnancy. So we're living together, we're married, but we had already started not being intimate with each other. We had already started sleeping in separate bedrooms. There's everyday fights, and he's always out there and I'm always alone. And the pregnancy was just so hard. For 4 months, I don't remember well down the line, I miscarried.
Sorry.
So what broke me the most was when I miscarried, I called him. I told him what was happening because I was in the house. And he came with his friends, and he just dropped him off in the hospital, and then he left. And that was the last time I saw him.
Anonymous?
Sorry, yes?
No, please don't apologize. I'm going to ask you to hold it right here. I don't want to interrupt any further. I'm just going to bring in the news headlines. We're going to continue with you. I'm going to give everyone a summary as well, so we're all on the same page. Please stay on the line for me. We're coming back.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Anonymous.
First of all, good morning, everybody. My 10 people. How you guys doing? My name is LeeroyHD. We listen to Metro FM, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the story today is a bit too deep, but hey, man, I think we're gonna have to keep the show very short actually today, because I will also have some a lot of work, but then let's say by 11. What should be done, but then please remember to keep sending me those skills and then like in the screen, so we'll get the full recap actually soon. But then this one is for the adults now.
31 minutes after 10 o'clock, we've got Anonymous on the line. Anonymous says she's been with her husband for 17 years, since they were in high school. I think she said grade 11. And they've been married for about 8 years. Now, Anonymous says post-high school, she studied further, got her qualifications, has been financially stable since then. On the other hand, she says her husband lacks ambition, hasn't worked much this whole time that they've been together, which means she's been supporting their household, which now includes 2 children as well. Now, Anonymous says she eventually broke things off with him as things got toxic in their home, but eventually got back together with him. Now, Anonymous says their relationship never really got better and described her husband as being emotionally and financially abusive. Anonymous, just a quick one. With regards to lobola, did you support in paying the lobola, or did he manage because he wasn't working to pay for the lobola?
No, I did not assist. Actually, because they've got livestock from his father's home, so they assisted him with the paying of lobola.
All right. Anonymous, please do continue from when you were at hospital, dropped him off and he left, and then, of course, the advice you need this morning.
Yes, so then I was eventually discharged, even on the day of discharge, because I had left the car at home, my car at home. He just came with his friends again on the day of discharge and just left the car in the parking lot, gave me the key and told me that I'll drive myself back home, when I was told that I'm not even supposed to be driving because of the operation I had just had. So that was, I immediately I got discharged because before I left at home, it was already toxic. We were not talking. We were not sharing the bedroom. We were not getting intimate and everything. When I got discharged, I went straight home to my parental home. I didn't go back to our home. So I left him. It was in August. And then I had made up my mind by then to say, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm done with this marriage. It's not working out. I left. I think this was the second time now when I left. And then because we were married now, families started having meetings, sitting us down, talking to us, telling us that, no, you can't be separated. Think for the kids. Think about this and that. So there was a lot of advice from the elderly that we both took, and we fixed things again. So as usual, the elders will be talking to him to say, no, stop doing this, start being a husband, start being a good husband, start being a good father, start changing your ways. And he promised all sorts of changes and everything. And then February, I left in August, and then February, I went back to my home. So we stayed together again with all the promises that he had made. And then come 2021, we were hit by COVID because he was not getting a job and everything. When we got hit by COVID, because the guy doesn't really have a good relationship with his own family, which is his mother and his siblings. They don't really have a good relationship. So because we were renting, and when COVID hit, I was not coping, and then we had to go back home. So that's why it was causing us for him to go back to his home, to his parental home, and then I go back to my parental home. But because they don't have a good relationship, he never wanted to go to his home. So that's why I had to talk to my parents. My father was not approving of it, but because of the situation that was happening at that time, they agreed. So we went to stay with my parents. We stayed at my place, at my mother's home, for almost a year. And then after that, things got better. Then we moved out. We got our own place. So this guy has been living with my family his entire life. He doesn't really have a good relationship with his family. So he's been more like firstborn in my mother's heart. So he's always been the firstborn child. So
let me ask you a quick question. Why doesn't he have a good relationship with his family? Just not too long. Why doesn't he have a good relationship with his family?
I really don't know.
He's your husband. What do you mean you don't know?
Exactly. Like, come on.
The thing is, even when we started dating, he was not living with his mother. He was living with relatives.
Okay. What my point is, you didn't ask, and these are important questions that you ask before marrying someone. Okay. Okay. Carry on.
Okay. So the reason I left, it's also because I honestly feel like I married my father. All these things that this man is doing to me and is doing in our marriage is everything that my father has been doing with my mother. And I've always said to myself, like, I don't want a husband like my mother, and I don't want to go through the things that my mother went through. So my mother is one person who was in and out my whole life. I started seeing a psychologist from grade 3 because of the life that we were living back home. I had an abusive father. He was physically abusive, but it ended up when it stopped being physical, he was now emotionally and financially and psychologically abusive until my mother passed on last year, September.
Sorry, Anonymous.
So she died of many sicknesses and severe depression and a lot of that. So my mother was admitted for like 4 months before she passed on. And during that period when my mother was in hospital, when she was going through the most, I was sitting with a non-supportive husband. There were still ongoing fights. There were still issues. Like, every day was a struggle. I was struggling with work. I was struggling with my home. I was struggling with my mother's sickness. I was struggling with the kids. I was struggling with a lot of things the entire time my mom was hospitalized until she passed on. So she passed on in September. And in October, a huge fight broke out in this house, in my own home. We had a fight, and for the first time ever in the 17 years I've known him, my whole life, it got physical. So, because I come from a home where my mom was always physically abused, I said, I don't know how to forgive violence. I'm not going to forgive this one. So I left. So my dad and my brothers, they came to fetch me, and there was police involved, and I packed my things and I left. I said, I've forgiven so many things. I've always thought that things would change, and they never changed. So I left.
Anonymous, sorry, my love, because of time, what's the advice that you're looking for, my love?
Okay, so now I've been away from my home. I've been grieving my mom in my marriage since last year, October. So now the families, they've started doing meetings again, because now they want to show us all this. I know, like, I've decided that I don't want to go back to that home, but I'm struggling with two things. My home is toxic, and my parental home is toxic. Remember, now it's my dad and my siblings. I only have brothers. So I feel like both homes are toxic. And financially, I can't even afford to say, let me go and find my own place whereby maybe it's going to be more peaceful. And now the kids have started asking questions to say, Mom, when are we going back home? Because at my parental home, there's uncles. Home, the kids, they complain that my other child, my last born, would be calling me always when I'm at work to say, Uncle is abusing us. He's always shouting. He's always doing this. So now I find myself in a place where I don't know whether to stay home or to take them back to their comfort space where they were used to having a family. And also,
my love, ask the question to your understand, because I want us to give you enough time to advise you and South Africa to advise you.
Okay, now I'm stuck in between whether I make myself happy, I become selfish with myself, or I think for my kids. And
so if you go back, you'll be going back to your husband.
Yes, because that's where the kids want us to go. They want to leave my parental home. 15 and 8 and 7.
Okay. All right. We can give you advice,
okay.
When we come back, I guess.
All right. Anonymous, stay on the line. We'll be back after these.
Win a weekend date with the Citroen Aircross.
Hi, but it's in the Shuketh. This is so sad, actually, that you would stay with a person just because you love them, but they constantly show you that they are not the one for you. But then in J, because we have barking kids wrote, and then now we were high school lovers, so now in J you married me, so now like you must beg as hell. Guys, you know what? Okay, I'm a bit too young to actually understand how marriage works, the cultures, but then guys, red is red. You can't say red is maroon and then like look on the other side of it. Dude, you beat me up now. That's a sign. You beat me up now because you are mad hore. I can't give you working and a weave. That's a huge red sign there. But then because Minanyak Tanda, we have kids together, let me try to actually get you this weave, my baby. Hey, guys, I don't know, man. But then bargaining, okay, we are gonna keep the show as in like was that very short actually today, you know. So bargaining and like, please feel free to actually like request the hotline paneling and then like just have your 2 minutes of like how do you see the situation, and then we can close it up by 11, maybe 12:30 working, and we'll see. But then
42 minutes after 10 o'clock, Metro
let's conclude
we have Anonymous on the line. Anonymous, we're going to get straight into the advice because of time. So Mizi, I think let's continue from you. So Mizi, let's start.
All right. Anonymous, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, my love. No, my love, put yourself first. Be selfish. Sell that hate. Sell that someone. be selfish, Thandasam. At no point, before anything and everything else, it has to be you. Not even your children, Thandasam. Then you'll be able to take care of the ones that you love and protect the ones that you love. How can you love when you don't have love? You know, so you have to put yourself first. If you feel good, it's not a good, because kids also, they don't see it from your angle, and also they don't know the full story. You know, they might see what's going on between you and their dad, but they actually don't know the core. You've never, I don't think you've ever even spoken the way you've spoken to us today, as far as information is concerned, with your kids. Am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't.
Exactly. So they are speaking from a place of thinking with, it's just a 2-second tension. You must get over it. No.
Amen.
Ebo? So do what's best for you so that you can do what's best for them. Effortlessly. Because at the end of the day, you are the ones who goes to suffer. Like you say, you don't want to die like your mother. And depression is not something that we should take very lightly. Ne?
Okay.
So, that chapter must be closed, and find a way of making, especially the 7-year-old one, to understand without traumatizing the child. Which mommy has to look after herself, she has to be happy. But it doesn't make daddy a bad person, because if daddy is a good dad, you must still give him those credits. Daddy's just, you don't say that to your kids, but daddy's just a horrible partner or a horrible husband, for instance.
So
I said for instance. Did you hear for instance? Who is really for instance?
I heard you, but you cannot say dad is a good father, but he's a bad husband. If dad is beating the mom, that's a bad father.
You're not hearing me.
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Let me make you hear me. Let me make you hear me. I said, if dad is a good father to the children, you don't paint him, not say paint him, there's a way of talking to a child to give them a scenario without traumatizing the child. You must remember, the mind matures differently in different ages. That's what I meant. There is a way of talking to a child without traumatizing the child. I'm not saying hide the truth. Do you understand now, Naked? I don't say hide the truth.
Just put it
I say tell the truth without traumatizing the child. You must know when you're speaking to a 15-year-old, it's completely different to how you're going to speak to a 7-year-old. That's what I meant. I'm not saying say daddy is an angel, but when you know daddy is not an angel. That's what I didn't mean. Do you understand now? Look at me. Naked, look at me.
As long as Anonymous understands.
Do you understand, Anonymous?
I hear you.
Yeah. You understand, Anonymous?
I understand.
Yes. So it's the tone and the delivery that I'm speaking about.
Okay.
You know, so means the kids can be very selfish. So, Anonymous, have your kids ever seen you, let's say, get physically abused or verbally abused or anything of that nature by your husband?
Verbal abuse, yes. But the physical one, no, they've never seen it.
When he verbally abuses you, you know, most of the time kids, do you have boys? Do you have girls?
It's a boy and a girl.
Look, kids love their mothers. And, you know, kids can be selfish because now it's the soft life at home. And when they're not at home, things become a little bit difficult. So they want to go home because they are selfish. They're more comfortable there. But sometimes life lessons start very early. Because when you're going back there, what you're saying to the kids is, the way your father is treating me is okay.
Which is like a vicious cycle.
And Anonymous, the way your husband is treating you is not okay.
Okay.
Not at all. So there's certain things you cannot sugarcoat. No matter what, you do not go back there. Because they will think, your daughter will think it is okay being verbally abused by her husband. your son will think it is okay to verbally abuse his wife. Remember, as a parent, kids absorb everything. And they think, oh, okay, this is the way that it's meant to be. And you know that it's not the way it's meant to be. Now, Anonymous, sometimes in order to grow up, we have to face certain devils. Né? And Somizi last week spoke about childhood trauma. There's certain things your mom allowed when you were growing up. And we've decided you are not going to allow that, because what does it lead to? It leads to what your life has been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything. Literally everything. Unfortunately, your mom has passed on, so you can never go back and face those childhood traumas through your mom and try and understand things and why she did what she did, which actually hurt you guys.
She always said she stayed for us.
But Anonymous,
Now it's
did you
repeating
guys
itself,
go to therapy
literally.
with your mom?
We did. I've been attending therapy from grade 3.
And how many siblings do you have?
We are 3.
Okay, so if you've been attending therapy since, those early grades, why did you choose to stay in this relationship? And because you've called this guy your husband all the time, but he hasn't behaved like somebody that loves you at any point. Why do you call him your husband? Because of Global Lead. Then he owns you. Then he deserves that title of husband. The verbal abuser, the person that doesn't really care about you, the person that beats you up, deserves the title of husband. Suguma, husband wambakbon. That's somebody you can be proud of, to say, this is my husband. No, it's not. Anonymous, I think, Uguti, you've got all the tools, right, in order for you to start healing, in order for the kids to start healing as well. Sometimes the kids, this is your time, ukhulisa abantwana bakho. The way that you want to bring them up into this world.
Okay.
You don't need that guy you don't need him for anything. Because he needs to fix himself. You have a lot of fixing to do as well. You need to fix yourself. You need to fix the kids. And the only way it's going to happen right now, it's going to happen when it's done your way. You can't take any more beatings. You can't take any more verbal abuse. Even your family can't be sending you back into the lion's den. Anonymous. You've grown up. Take your life into your own hands. You've got it with the children. There's certain things that they need to understand about life, and everything needs to start now. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. But you've got this, Anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
Anonymous, thank you so much for building up the courage to call in to ask a man. We truly appreciate you. Don't go anywhere. Please continue listening to your radio for advice from South Africa. Okay, Anonymous?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. South Africa, you know what to do. Dial us up, 08.
Now go run down. You know what to do. Hey man, you guys, okay, we are a lot here, and what's that? Shout out to the newcomers. Actually, my name is Leroy, and we are going run down. We are here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We listen to Ask a Man, and then we kind of discuss it now. So you can request like mother panel, and then you can get your 2 minutes in jail, like just to have your say here. So but then remember, we respect each other here. Like there's no disrespect here, there's no looking down on Bariking and others here, né? So here we just like a loving group who help each other with life's things, né? So please request then again please keep liking there, and please send me gifts because I really kind of need them, right? So quick summary, guys, you know, I'm a bit disturbed by the story, you know, but I'm just going to be professional, né? So this lady she's been with her husband since they were in high school, right? And that was almost 20 years ago, right? So basically, throughout, he hasn't been the perfect that partner, actually, you know. So nje barki magana sis no has been begazeli nje because they had kids and then they got married. So the guy hadn't really had a job, you know. Yeah, so now he's been financially abusing her, actually, you know, like extorting money, you know, bargaining from her and such. And again, he's been physically abusing her and emotionally abusing her, even in front of the kids, right? And he cheated here and there, I think, yeah, fair. Sharp. So basically, he's been the worst husband. Sharp, cool. And the other part is that, né? That okay, that kind of disturbed me, and there. It's like this part where she said her father used to do the very same things that her husband is doing to her, the family, to her mother and the family. And that kind of shook me, actually. But then she's still there. I don't understand. Like, hey man, it, you know, it's okay. Sorry about that. And yeah, like that really shook me, actually. So for those who are here, Kanako, let's have a healthy discussion. But then for those who are new here, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Leroy, and this is Makoya Rundown, and this is just a live show, and you know, like just for me and my friends to actually help whoever needs help here in the world. So now we've been listening to Metro Fans Ask a Man. So yeah, man, let me invite my regulars first, you know, like just to make you guys feel more comfortable, nyana. And I see a very good friend of mine from Twitter's here. Lesego Tooth, yeah, that. So I'm going to invite her. Let my regular aunt here, Sis Makupe. Let my regular aunt, Sis Pumpkin. Let my regular sister, Mam Tembu. And okay, bargain guys, now I'm going to invite you all here, now, but you can decline respectfully. So if you don't want to be here, right? And I fully understand that you are new here, or maybe you are triggered, or maybe you just don't want to be here. It's fine. But I'm just going to invite you here, now. Okay, Mam Zala, and then yeah, you can also request what I don't know. So please do. This is Coops.
Hey, Leeroy.
He hasn't shook, right? Says, man, I joy. It's again, isn't like seriously, right now, my bro. I'm really not balanced now, actually, because of this story.
Yeah, it could be, my guys. But I think go bolela gagolo ka yona ntse e because motho wa Modimo,
Hey, man.
understand. I think vele e tlhoka the professional, but she said that she has been going to therapy. So I'm not sure.
Since grade 3, actually. So now, like, she's about maybe like late 30s, maybe. So now, like, imagine literally like
Since grade
your
3,
whole life.
because the fact that she's even saying her dad was like this, it means she recognizes that affected her, and maybe that's why she's still like holding on. Oh, hey guys, because vele the way our fathers are, our parents, fathers, like the way you are raised and stuff like that, does sort of speak to how you maneuver in the dating world, you know, especially if you don't do the work or fall. And doesn't mean gore now everything is going to be perfect and the world is still not going to be mean. The world is still going to be a flipped up place. So, yeah, it's a very heavy topic, to be honest. And I've never been married, so I can't really speak about that. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I can't speak about why somebody would stay because of kids or leave. So yeah, I would rather sit this one out, to be honest.
I don't know. It really looks like we are gonna do the show very short actually today because it kind of shook the room. Yeah, but we are good. And please help me welcome my ex friend. Not like like ex friend, but then like to the ex friend, ne? Let's say how 2 right? 2 ne? TH2, ne? Yeah, okay, sharp. We've been friends for like the last few weeks, yeah, because we listened to actually Barking and this show, right? So let's welcome her to Makoya. Yay! Shit, I really can't find the bell now. But it's fine.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for welcoming me.
So yeah,
to me, this topic, it is not really strange because I'm actually old. I just look young. Okay.
Barking gonna black don't crack, right?
Yeah.
Barking gonna look at me also, huh? I look 18.
I see you. Okay. On this topic regarding this lady, I think maybe it is the inner child thing when I listen to her, because of like, if this is been into the family history, like she grew up knowing where the father beat the mother, and maybe in her mind is how things should have been, and then not leaving the relationship is because she doesn't want her kids to grow up the same way that she did, but she just can't fix it. She can't just talk to the husband to be, or maybe when they met in the relationship, she used to explain to boyfriend when they are still at school, or this is what was happening at home. My mother and my father were fighting and stuff. So the boyfriend knows that there is nothing you can do because of this is from your history. Even your mother was accepting it. So how is she now going to say to you, you can't stay with this man because of this man is doing this? Your mom endured. She sat there and accepted it. So who are you going to cry to? I think maybe that's why she's begezeling, because of it's like, as Mosadi. I can now remember in our culture they will sit you with Mosadi wa khotlela, Mosadi this and that. Mosadi, those things ke tsona di damaging our mind. Or you should accept everything that this woman or this man is doing to you because of you need to put that knife down. We can't in the expense of our kids. Because of now, the kids are going to be damaged the same way she's damaged. Her kids got great really when they will be going to therapy and attending those things that because of it's a pathway for family high now. Now, Liana, the family need to go the same route. And I think maybe because of she never got the love, the father. Remember, if the father is abusive to your mother, you are scared to even approach and sit down. He talks to you, he teach you how love is. Or because of if maybe they had maybe uncle and stuff, she would have maybe got that love from Bomalumi and the other people. But now if the father is the one that is abusing the mother and nothing has been done, so Luena, you end up with that thing. But when people talk about their fathers at school or who understand that the love for dead, you now start to look.
Okay, let's go. You disappeared there.
Looking for the love of the father inside the husband. And then the husband maybe just feel.
Let's go. You keep on
my network.
Okay.
The husband feel you are too attached, but there is nothing you can do because of the husband now knows that you are relying on me, or maybe she has already revealed this or shared with the husband, or I feel I take you more as my father. Could she submit in the way that she's not supposed to submit? I've been married for 20 years myself, but those things, they don't happen in my life. And even if they try to happen, I will not even allow them. Because of in the issue of the kid can understand everything. If maybe my kids will say, guys, are you in the moment of silence? That's what they will ask us in the house. They will say, hey, mama and dad, are you in the moment of silence? We see you guys, you are passing each other, like not the way we understand. So the kids naturally understand because of they know how we grow up in this family, how we met these people when we start to be 8, 9. We understand that this is our parents, this is life that is happening in this house. So thank you.
Oh God. No, and like thank you very much actually. But again, and I'm happy for your debut actually. You did like very well. And once again, like thank you for actually like believing me, Jorge, like we can actually do this. You know? Shout out to you, man.
All right, thank you. No, the thing is, I had one staff member. She was also in this marriage thing, going through the same situation. But normally, these people, they don't leave this marriage. They will abuse them. They will go back. After some few things, even if they can go and open the case and do what, these kids, they will go back. These people go back to this relationship because of that thing, of that lack of love. I learned it from one of my team members.
Yes.
Lack of love. You can't love yourself enough because of you. They've never experienced what is love from home.
Yeah, and happily the father being like that. Yeah. So now
Yes.
there would okay, like sometimes for like some like people that will be how you see love actually. If he doesn't do this or this or this or that to me, he doesn't love me or she doesn't love me. So it's very toxic shit. Hey, but
Now the kids will now have to carry it on. Then it will be generational curse that we created.
Because now it's a ripple effect now. Because now remember this happened to her mother, and now it's her. But then now she's still staying.
And the 15-year-old is there looking at this thing.
So now hey. You see, I'm scared of having kids and happy working. Working. Leñalo, hey, ñalo, no moto. And I'm like, why? I don't want to do that.
Love is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. No, I'm 100% married and I've been married from 2005. I'm still fine.
Yeah, no.
So don't be scared on other people's cases.
Sister Kevin, remember the comment actually that I made more working more
ex.
for most men now, like marriage now guys like look at me, you know, like imagine you're working raw now with this person. You know, like they don't really know the fundamentals of dude. We are here forever. You are gonna piss me off. I'm gonna piss you off. But then, like, we must understand that we are here to make this work together. You see?
Yeah.
Most people now, like, dude, no,
it
man.
Never work.
Exactly that. So now, yeah, okay, cool. Now, so now, like, which brings me back to like, why na kere, I wanna kids marriage now. It would make sense to me now.
Listen to that husband's podcast. You must listen to it.
I don't know it, but the breaking and please DM him to like me sharp. Okay, so let's see how they are breaking my friend for like the last few weeks and yeah, man. Now we've met. Shout out to you, nah.
Okay.
Right. Whew. Traumas, ne? Damn it. All right. So for those who are new here, my name is Leroy. This is Makoya Rundown, and we listen to Ask a Man Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we are going to be closing up soon, eh? So like let's say the next 20 minutes or so in there, because I have like a lot of work to do. So now we're just juggling up. But then today's story is a bit of a what's that trigger, but then like let's just walk but carefully because we don't want to hurt people, but then we are here to help each other, right? So we're gonna have our last sister, which is the resident sister, Sis Mam Tembo. Sis Mam Tembo, how are you feeling today?
Good morning, guys. All right, Lee.
I'm okay, Nyana now.
Okay, Nyan.
Yeah, but my heart is still going as like really fast and working because of this story actually.
Yeah, this is very traumatizing, Nje. It's too much.
It's just too much.
Oh,
Mm.
I don't even know what to say at this moment because getting to think of someone going through so much, and now you just try to like turn the tables around and just ask yourself, Muti, how are you going to cope with such a toxic environment? Because her family is toxic, Gapa, the husband is toxic. Nje, it's too much. But I think I heard her saying ukuthi uyasebenza, but she wants to she could have went to look for a place of her own, but she's not financially well. For me, I find it as an excuse at some sort because she's working. So meaning ukuthi there's a financial income engenayo and in monthly basis. So I don't know ukuthi what type of a place is she actually looking for, but I could have even went for a place that is like your 1.5, 2,000 in smaller nyana room nje that's going to accommodate you.
Actually, guys.
Exactly. That's going to accommodate you and the kids. It doesn't. It's not supposed to be a complex for you to say that you have a place. You understand? So home is toxic. The relationship it's toxic, and my concern here it's the kids, because for her I would say it's a choice that she made. Yes, it's sad that she grew up in a toxic home, that she couldn't even tell the difference, because I believe that she saw the red flags. There were red flags during the relationship before they even decided to get married. So she couldn't really tell the difference because already it was the life that they were living ekhaya. That was the very same treatment ubaba kade ebapha yona endlini. So which is she found it normal because even when she said that, when she asked her mom ukuthi wangahambanga wathi, I stayed because of you, ngihlalele because of abantwana bami. And yabona that thing, our parents they don't realize ukuthi lento leyo is damage kangakanani. Because yabona, the moment when you're going to stick in a toxic relationship or in a toxic marriage, remember ukuthi it's not just you that is going to be affected, or it's just you that is affected. It's also affecting the kids, because the environment is very toxic for them. Imagine umntwana a weaknessa ubaba abuser umama emotionally, verbally, physically. Like,
Even physically, yeah.
what is it? What type of a picture are you bringing to these kids? You understand? Those kids are future husband, future wives. So meaning Uguti, for them it's going to be normal. So she could have seen that as an example. Uguti, now it has happened to me. The very same thing that happened to my mom, now it's happening to me. This means that if my mom, she could have left, I believe Uguti, I was not going to be married with this man. But because of Uguti, she saw it normal, and now it's late. Uguti, she started to realize Uguti, no, this is abuse. Because abuse, it's not like Uguti, iyenzeka same time, like the same day. Kuba nama-sign abakhona amancane. Qala ngokuthi umuntu athi nca. And then the next day sekayaqala athi hayi wena. Like kanjani, kancane kancane. Yes, kancane kancane. Angeke umuntu azosuka athi hayi futhi like wena usekaqala uyakushaya same time. They will start by poking you. Do you understand? Start by raising their voices. Umuntu angakubonisi respect. La ubona khona ukuthi no. Kahle kahle la there's a chance ukuthi lo muntu lona he's abusive or she's abusive. Do you understand? So she couldn't
I know, correct.
couldn't pick up his because it's normal. Into akhulele kuyo. So right now, because now it's no longer about her, it's about those kids. What I care about is the kids. Because those kids are getting affected. Yes, the kids, they asking questions. Uguti mama, why can't we go home and stuff because of the good life? They know when we are with daddy, everything is happening. Maybe they've got rooms of their own, but kamkhulu no kagogo kumele bashare ama-room, or maybe kumele bayolala esofeni and stuff. Do you understand? They are no longer accessing the luxury that they grew up in. Do you get me? So obviously, kids are kids. Like umntwana, as long as it's comfortable for them, because it's not really important ukuthi what happens around them, because they know ukuthi if we need this, we are able to access it. If we need that, we are able to access it. But now, if we change in our environment and live in a different environment, we are not able to get such things. Obviously, there'll be questions. So, as a parent, you need to have a conversation with them and let them know ukuthi in this life, it's not all about accessories or whatever gadgets ukuthi mhlawumbe bayawathola mebasekhaya, or the comforts abayitholayo by getting their own private space. But it's all about their mental being. Because kids, we have to teach kids a difference between a mental state yabo nanokuthi now lento le abayifunayo, it's not really worth a mental state yabo. Do you understand? Because bona babheke nje ukuthi maybe there's Wi-Fi, or mhlambe when they want to go out, they go out, or mengabe kumele baye esikolweni, dad drops them off at school, but now they have to take taxis and stuff. So they need to adjust kulo lifestyle leyo, and she needs to explain everything to them so that they can understand ukuthi sometimes life is not about a favor yoguti. This is what is comfortable for me right now, but it's the reality of uguti. What should I do? Exactly. What should I do? You should always come up with a plan B. For you to be comfortable, you have to be uncomfortable. Do you understand?
Quickly, last week Friday, actually, we had a new person here, Oscar, actually. Then we spoke about something you are kind of speaking about for like most people, actually, they attach their own personal working and happiness to like money, working, or maybe like the Wi-Fi, the iPad, the phone, the internet, or maybe the other person actually. Yeah, so now like we need to learn how to detach ourselves from the things we love, like let the people we love, not oranges, like cut them off. No. Learn to live beyond those people, beyond those things. Like learn to live okay sharp. What if I lost, like, what's the everything, everyone, like now? What's gonna happen? So now, like, sometimes put yourself in those mental situations. Hori. When it happens, you know what to do. Yes. Learn detachment. Not hori. Haula batho ba gago re ntse ba re keng kana like ba re keng kana the Wi-Fi they are dimiwa Monday. No, whoa, chill. Those still have to work, but it's like here and there. Learn that But there's something that you said that actually reminded me. No, actually, like that sparked like what's that Bob moment actually. Or you know what, now we are often very quick to say leave. You know, like what's that? Like why are you there? Why like what's the why you know orange like leave just bargaining. But then we forget to put ourselves in that person's mental state. Or you know what? Sometimes this person like does not know what to do after they leave, and that scares them to death. Actually, hore joke sharp. I'm used to Mam Timbu, okay, sharp feel ready. Usually rent take Mam Timbu and soaring fresh, le banabaka, le mohaga, and I can span, but then she's beating me up just because I know about la weave. So when I live here, what am I going to eat? Where am I going? This and that. So now that becomes a
backbone.
not not really okay, not really not having bargaining and a backbone, but then the fear and anxiety of the unknown. No bargaining kind of like beyond what you are used to now.
Can I interject a bit?
Yeah.
The problem, Uguti, as humans, we don't teach ourselves to live by ourselves, to live alone. We always have to have a certain cycle of people for us to feel Uguti, we are human enough. Do you understand? And now it sucks because we stick around the toxic ones. That's the problem. I mean, I find it as a huge issue, as a huge problem, because the right ones, we detach ourselves away from them, but the toxic ones, we stick around them all the time. You understand? Because I always teach myself, Uguti, in this life, rather lose it all than to be not to rather than to not have peace in my life.
Yeah, true.
Do you get me? In this life, there should always be fear. There's fear beyond Indaba Yoguti. Now, what do I do here? There's more fear, Yoguti. What if they leave and they never come back? What if I
What
leave?
if they leave actually?
Yeah, exactly. And never come back. Because there's death after all. We worried about imanje, the present. We no longer worry about the future. So if Uguti, you are so concerned about Uguti, this person, if Ngimshia, like what am I going to do? What are you still going to do when they die? So you just have to put that in mind, Uguti. Pretend as if like they met already. Sebafile vele. In order for you to rebuild yourself, because the moment when you keep on going back there, that means that you will never have any direction in life. But instead you're repeating the same thing over and over again. Because eventually that's the reality. They will go. Gonna it's said ukuthi manje ke lapho angeke basahamba ngalendlela le ukuthi manje they still alive, but manje they'll be gone for good. So you just have to live from it. Ukuthi lo mhlaba esiphila kuwo, they will always come and go. We will always come and go. Sonke, in fact. So it's all about you building and making the most for yourself, for your generation. Because I believe this is a generational curse and it will continue over and over again. Because if she's going to allow such to happen around her kids, lo mntana omfana, he will treat umfazi wakhe the same way babakatreata ngayo umamakhe nomkhulu wakhe bekatreata ngayo ugogo wakhe. La mntwana intombazane, she will allow abuse because she saw it from her mother, from her grandmother. And that's not okay. Lento lokuthi sifuna ukuphila just because of there are certain standards that we receive from the relationship. it's not going to work. I'd rather lose it all. I'd rather lose the iPhones and the weaves and everything and start ngiqale phansi emkhukhwini ngiyohlala emkhukhwini. If I have to ukuthi ngiyohlala emkhukhwini ngiyodla ikhabishi, but ngiyazi ukuthi lelo khabishi ngiyolidla with happiness, with injabulo, rather than ukuthi ngidle steak esizongihama at the end of the day. Ngithi ngiyasidla, I can't even chew, I can't even swallow because of there's so much burden that I'm chewing and what I'm swallowing. So
Oh yeah, yeah, no, you are dropping bars today, Lala. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I have a feel okay. I feel. Mom, tell me, thank you very much there actually for that. Working, you know what, now? Saturday, negotiably these movies actually, like working, and then now there's a lady who came here, like, got this exact story actually. I was watching Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and why did I get married actually? So Saturday ranges, and I was like, that got me thinking a lot. Actually, sharp, feeling. Then Monday, real life story. That's exactly okay. Like close to those things. Actually, I'm like, because how do we allow ourselves to be treated like that, or treat people like that in this day and age now? I mean, to like, but Tyler Perry wonders, guys, a lot of times. But again, Ask a Man actually wonders for years, yet people still do the same stupid shit. Oh, okay, sharp. I don't mean insensitive, no, but then staying while you see hore akusebenzekile, or you abusing your partner, knowing very well that like that's not right, and you might go to jail for that. You know, so like, bruh, hey man, Baragin Ganane. Anyway, Baragin Gana says, Mom Tembo, thank you very much there for that. You are very much appreciate, my sister. Guys, we are gonna have to close off this show actually like early today, ne? Because I have a lot of work nyana. So now ke leka go balance my work nyana here and there. But then thank you very much to as an about to what's that? My family here, but my KP, I think he's been here before in a happy fairy. Serge, I see you working on a role, and the little Nababotle guys there working, and I see you guys. And what's that? My newcomers actually, because we almost reached 100 live working on viewers, guys. Amen. And I thank you guys for actually that, bro. So let's do this again Wednesday. But again, remember to keep liking and sharing. And you can see the repeats more YouTube actually. So just look for Makoy Rundown, and then you'll find the Friday episode actually there already. And okay, wait. I see like a few comments. Why did I get married? It makes you realize that marriage is a scam. Not really a scam, but then like people just put it as like this perfect world and bubble thing, and then now, and a lot of them like just fall for like that, but it kind of flopping and but it's fine. Newcomers, welcome again. See you guys Wednesday morning, and I love you guys. Sis Mam Tembu, do you want to close it off, or maybe like did I forget something? Or maybe you're busy there, like okay, like you're making breakfast. Okay, no, it's fine. No, and she's busy, but then guys, thank you very much. And you can see this breaking kind of one, just in case you are late. So in Girona, we are closing, so you can see this episode more YouTube tomorrow. Yeah, or maybe tonight. I don't know, but then yeah, I'll just see with the workload. I love you guys. Please share it out, but keep it Makoya, and always remember, Lefty is your bestie. If you feel like humans are too much, Remember, you have a smartphone, you clearly have Wi-Fi, and you have 2 hands. You've been blessed with 2 hands. The other one can hold a phone, and the other one can get to work. Good night.